Hey, what's up, everybody? I don't know what John's doing. Here he comes. Here comes John.
Don't mind me. I was casually running. My wife's like, so we're cooking. It's New Year's. We don't have kids right now. Cooking a bunch of stuff in the oven. The whole house is full of smoke. And she's like, hey, open that door over there. And I'm like, yeah! Right in the last seconds of the intro. Came back running. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Nice, easy day.
Any plans? You said that you were old and you don't watch the ball drop, but like, are you gonna do anything? Have any midnight plans or anything?
I don't know. I might watch Gladiator 2.
Wow.
It's out on home premiere.
Oh, really? I heard it was awesome. A lot of people that I know that watched it, they said it was really great. And so I'm excited about that for you.
Yeah, I might have to check it out. So last weekend before, whenever I went down to my brother's house, we were going to go see Gladiator 2, but then we decided against it because of the time. And we went and seen Kraven the Hunter, and we walked out of the movie.
Was it that bad, or what happened?
Well, I would have sat through it, but then my brother was like, hey, where are you parked? I was like, you want to leave? He's like, I'm fucking leaving.
What was so bad about it? Or what was interesting about it?
I don't know. It was just long, and it was just boring. It was drawn out. It wasn't well written. I don't know.
Was that on Netflix?
No.
Oh, that was in theaters. I think that I saw it or somewhere digitally, and I thought about watching it, but I didn't. So now I won't.
I mean, I would save your money until you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I would have sat through it, and it might have got better. I think we were about 40 minutes into it, and it just hadn't. I don't know. I don't really leave movies, but I wasn't going to just sit in there while he's out in the truck.
I don't really leave movies, but I do fall asleep if they're terrible.
Right.
I wake up at the end of the movie if it's bad.
Right.
But
well, it is New Year's Eve.
It is.
I mean, the title, we closed our yearly candle, 120% candle was the yearly candle.
Yes. And I mean, it's crazy because you look at all the dips that we've seen and like all of the feelings that people have felt throughout this whole market. And we're still up 120% on the year. So like really, like how long have you been here if you're losing money? Right. And do you just like everybody says you buy Bitcoin at the price you deserve? And I kind of feel like that's the truth. You know, I still didn't buy Sui below $2. So when I bought it at $2.50, I deserve that, you know.
But it's over $4 right now. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
417.43 to be exact.
Dang, that's crazy. Well, I put it all into Cetus. I actually haven't looked at that little.
Cetus is down. Cetus is down. It's at 29 cents.
Dang. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe it was a hard move. Maybe it wasn't. We'll find out. But so don't have kids. So spending time with the wife. And like I said, so there's that show that we might go see, the Guanajena, which is funny to me because apparently it's like a sauce, like it's a whole bunch of like good music. And then it's kind of like a drag show thing, which is funny because like here, culturally, all of that stuff is way too progressive for here. Like this is a very conservative place. But everybody that I've spoken to that is very conservative, they're like, oh yeah, but this is like that one thing though that's kind of like a thing that they just do. Kind of like it's a show, singing, dancing, but like it's like dudes in outfits. Kind of like I feel like the same kind of thing of like what, David Bowie? Right?
No.
It's kind of like that.
No, kind of like RuPaul, maybe.
No, I don't even think it's quite that far, right? I think that it's just like
David Bowie I'm surprised you're even old enough to know who David Bowie is.
Well,
But
I mean, he had the
David,
the rock star stuff, right?
that was just the 80s, bro. That wasn't
Okay,
David
well,
Bowie. That
that's what
was
I
the
think.
80s.
That's what I think that this is going to be more like that. It's going to be more like the over
It's not
extravagant.
drag though. That's not drag though.
Well, I'm saying that that's like,
Those
okay,
are big hair bands. Big hair bands, glamour bands, the eyeshadow, the long hair,
but
that's,
if you see somebody dressed like that right now, you're going to tell me that that's not.
it depends on what they're wearing. I'm going to think the dude, well, first of all, if somebody's dressed like that now, they're probably 80 years old.
So then are kilts feminine?
Are what?
Kilts?
Kilts?
Kilts. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Kilts are not feminine.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I expect.
I think you're mixing apples and oranges here, sir. They may all be fruits, but they ain't the same.
Sheesh. Anyways, sorry about that. But all right, everybody, let's get into it. I have a whole bunch of articles. I have a whole lot of stuff going on today, and I got some. I think I have a bunch of bookmarks as well, and I think you have a good amount of bookmarks as well.
I do have some bookmarks for sure.
Not mistaken. Also, shout out to Risk Gaming. I co-hosted a space this morning, kind of last minute, and it was a meme space, which don't really usually get too excited about memes, but I will say that all three of the projects made a very compelling and intellectual argument for like their business plan and like the way that they are building out their project, which I was impressed by.
What three projects is it?
So specifically ducks, bone, and cock. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but like I will say from the tokenomics standpoint and kind of like they're actually trying to build a brand, and it's not necessarily about price action. It's kind of like volume and different things the community do. There is a like goal of building a business through that. And they've all kind of achieved their own levels of success that has made the meme coin their like thing. So they've been able to go from like not like from having a 9 to 5 to like working on this one thing, and they're just building out this brand to most of them build some kind of physical product. And I also want to give a shout out to Hodlebox, because I think Hodlebox is really cool in that way. Like he builds physical goods of whatever your digital things are, and you pay in the token box, right? And then so all of these other ones have very different mechanisms for kind of like creating a solid real world business that has like fun and the memes and the like, the community that is ridiculous, but like that's just like the side thing. There's like a smart plan, actually. Right. But neither here nor there. But I was impressed. I was surprised.
Well, it kind of seems to be the trend nowadays. Launch it as you have a vision or a utility in mind for the project, but right now people don't give a shit about that. They care about memes. So you got to market it as a meme to get that hype and that build up in that community to actually follow through with what your vision was for it, is what it seems like. Seems like to me, you know what I mean? Because you just said what you're talking about them having is kind of anti-thema to a meme.
Yes. Well, that was one of the things they pointed out as well. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and for a lot of them, it was like it started with a joke, like as a joke, but then when it became very real, then it was like, oh, we can actually make this thing happen, using this. And one of the comments that was made was a lot of these people that are running meme projects now are like high level engineers that are doing all these different things, or people that are very high level in the field that they work in. And this like was a side thing that became a main thing. So like shout out to Squeak, for example. He is a silicone chip, like the silicone chip manufacturing processes engineer, right? And so like
that's a big ass title.
well, I'm saying it's probably not that, but he's a processes engineer for like silicone chip manufacturing, right? And so like that is like not what you think when you think like silly meme coin, right? You don't think like actually there's a plan and a smart person, you know, at the helm. And so like shout out to Squeak also, you know, shout out to Box, shout out to Ducks, Cock and Bone.
Make sure I'm not gonna say it.
All right.
Let's get it. Before we get in, everybody, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're on Twitter, tag some DGens, give us a little repost and all that stuff. I understand we're gonna have a small crowd in here tonight because of New Year's Eve. But we go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST. We are in the works, thinking about spinning it up on the weekend also, at the very least, maybe Sunday, to do that kind of like weekly recap, or like get your ducks in a row for the next week, you know, what's going on, what's hot, what's not, stuff like that. So that's about it. Let's get into the update.
Right. Let's get into it.
Hold on one second. I got to check on YouTube. We don't have any viewers on YouTube. Okay, we are live though. So, okay.
Interesting.
It's just a dead night.
Yeah, that is actually kind of crazy, especially with Bitcoin in the title, to be honest. So everybody out there.
Yeah, but it's New Year's Eve, bro. It's New Year's Eve. Most people have lives. Most people go do stuff. I just don't have a life. I don't care to have a life. I did way too much living in my 20s. So now that I'm in my 40s, I have to take a break. So
you know, I feel the same way. And like my wife is like, hey, like you're young, you know, you probably still have all these things that you want to do. And I'm like, nope. And that doesn't necessarily make it better.
Right. I mean, a lot of stuff just very rarely interests me anymore. You know what I mean? Like that. So
yeah, 100%.
I don't care about going to the bar and getting smashed, man. I don't care about that.
Me neither. And now I wake up and then it takes me like 3 days to recover. So I'd rather not.
Right. All right, let's take a look. So let's get the freshest data. Boom. We're down 0.3%, coming in at 3.411 trillion. Another low volume day, obviously, is New Year's Eve, coming in at 141 billion. We got Bitcoin dominance at 54.3 and Ethereum at 11.8. Less than 3 Gwei to send to ETH transaction right now. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 93,600, up 1.3% on the 24-hour. Ethereum at 33.47, up 0.3. XRP at 210, up 3.1. BNB at 707, up 0.7. Solana at 190, up 0.8. We got Dogecoin at 31.85, up 1.9. And we got Cardano at 85.39, down 0.3. With Tron, Avalanche, and Toncoin rounding out the top. Biggest gainers today is going to be Tokenized Exchange, up 18.2%. Virtuals, up 13.9%. Pudgy Penguins is up 14.6%. Pepe's up 13.8%. Oh, look at this. Nice. Look at this. Does this mean that memes are coming back? Because we haven't seen any meme coins in the top gainers. And now we got Pepe, Dog with Hat, and Floki all in the top gainers right here. So is it changing? Is the cycle starting over again? Memes, layer ones, other layer ones, like that. Is that happening?
So I told you the other day I watched Ben Armstrong for the first time in a while. And one of the things he was saying is that Mr. X was telling him that now institutions are doing like basically like 20, like instead of the regular movements of like everybody is doing this at a certain time and then doing this at a certain time and then doing this. Now that the institutions are in, they're looking at those decisions and reevaluating in a 24-hour time period. So it's kind of like we know that the money is made during the move, right?
Right.
And so instead of it being like, there's like 3 to 4 months of this kind of activity in the market, and then there's this kind of activity in the market, and then this kind of retracement, and then this, now it's more like institutions hold enough in this market that they're like, okay, we're going to do this. So then they do it. And then the next day it's like, okay, now we're looking at it again. Now we're going to do this. So it's not quite as, I guess, not necessarily that it's
uniform. It's not as uniform anymore.
It's not as uniform in the same kind of way as we would be used to in previous cycles, right?
So basically what you're saying is we asked the devil into the house, and now the devil is taking over.
Yeah, they're here.
They're here.
They're here.
They're taking over.
They're here.
All right, so the biggest losers today is going to be Hyperliquid down 8.8. We got Phantom down 6.9. AI16Z down 6. Lido down 4.3. Tezos, don't really see that in the biggest losers very often, or you don't really see it in the biggest anything very often, down 3.2.
You don't usually see it.
Yeah, you don't ever see it.
But I remember a time when it was very popular, and people
right,
were
for sure
about it, and they were talking about it doing institutional stuff internationally.
Yeah,
CBDCs. Yeah, you don't hear
same here with Theta Network. You don't really see them in the news or anything. They were that decentralized video streaming and stuff like that.
Like
I don't even know if they still do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do that, but I remember a time when there were some of the people I was watching were like, yeah, and we're streaming on Theta too.
Right. I think Lifer streamed on Theta for a while.
Yeah.
I think when it was BitBoy Crypto, I think they had a key also and was streaming on Theta for a while, and then something happened. So, so we're not going to really go into the charts, but yes, I'm looking at SWE right now. We're bouncing off the 200 MA. I am in a SWE long. So I'm in a SWE and a Cardano long. Real low leverage. I think I'm break even on ADA, and I'm a little up on
Shout out
SWE.
to Jaleesa. Hey there, Jaleesa.
What's up, Jaleesa? All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let me go to this chart, and let's look at the yearly close. Look how big that candle is. So we opened this year. So January 1st, 2024, we opened at $42,288. And we closed, what's going on? I got stuff mixed up in there. There we go. And we closed at 93,354. And this is on Coinbase, up 120% on the year. Let's go. Now, will we be up 120% on the year for 2025?
Dude, I hope we're at least that. I want us to be like 250.
That's a 200. Well, that's a $200,000 Bitcoin.
I mean,
a little over 200.
Isn't that what we're getting? Isn't that what we're waiting for?
I'm still waiting for 136,589.
136,589. Well, I mean, I feel you. But here's a question for you. If you're waiting for 136,589, are you getting out of your faults?
Depends on where we. So this we had this discussion before, I think.
Yes.
It depends on where we are in the cycle.
Yes, but you're primarily into altcoins, which means that once we hit the top and there's that retracement, That's when the altcoins.
Well, if we hit 136 in February, I'm not considering that the top.
Gotcha.
You know, if we hit 136 in
October.
April, May, that's probably the top, at least for the summer.
Gotcha.
You know, and then it's fluid. It's fluid. So this is one of the main points, and you know that I've always said to people, if you depending on the size of your portfolio, you shouldn't have more than like 5 to 10 coins in your portfolio. You cannot manage that many coins. Everybody's seen it. Everything pumps at different times. You know, you could be up one day and then the next day be down $2,000. And you're like, what? And you look, and it's only because 2 coins dumped. You know, so I guess I kind of really don't know where I'm going. Oh, but yeah, so you got to be able to manage it. You know what I mean? So it's fluid. That's where I was going with it. It's a fluid thing. You know what I mean? So you're looking at your portfolio, especially when we're getting near the top. You look at your portfolio. You're checking each coin. You're seeing where it falls on your investment thesis. Has it hit certain targets? You know, will it hit certain targets? It might not hit certain targets. You know, you have to constantly be adapting. Unless you're just DCAing forever, then obviously that don't matter. But when you're investing, you got to have a thesis. You know, you got to have where you're going to start pulling profits. Like Cardano, 450, I'm pulling profits. I don't care where we are in the cycle. At 450, I'm pulling profits. SWI, I think my target is 1250. Even though I think it could hit 20, at 1250, I'm going to start pulling profits. You know, so just things like that. But and that's fluid. You know, if we hit 1250 January 31st, well, I probably won't pull no profits. I might pull out my original, but I'm not going to pull any major projects because that's way too early in the cycle to be pulling. So there's just a lot of factors you got to look into. So last night we were talking about, we went back through and we went through all the Januaries in the cycles, right? And we were looking at them. And then today I seen a post from CryptoFace. He said him and Lifer were talking, and what he did was they were overlaying or going side by side. I have it real quick. Let me see here.
Look, there we are. We're live on Twitter.
There we are. Here we go. So if you guys can see that right there. So this is January of 2024. Boom, boom, boom. Dump, explosion. And look at where we're at right now in January 25. Boom, boom, boom. So we're expecting that dump and that explosion, right? And it's kind of what we were looking at when we were going back to the 4-year cycles. So let's see here. So this right here is, you know, where we're at right now. Let's go back. This has got to be January right here. And this is, look at this right here. Same kind of thing, right? Why didn't it do it? Why didn't it do it?
I'm going to go kill my dog real quick. I'll be back.
Okay. So I don't know why that. Either way. Okay, this ain't gonna work out right. But when we scroll out, we can see we come back here, January, run up. We dumped to about the end of January and then took off. And look at that. Look how similar it is. We ran up, we dumped. It probably won't be the end of January because if we look at the move, let me get rid of this. Where is it? Right here. So you see how we kind of boom, 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 and then we dump right there. Look, same thing. Boom, 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 boom. And then we dump and then we take off. So it looks eerily similar. Not the same, but similar. You know, you look at that structure, one retracement, two retracement, top. And we look down here, boom, retracement, up, retracement, top. So we could get spicy here mid to end January to the end of January. Other than that, I was looking at the daily on some of these tokens, and the dailies are looking kind of decent right now. Here, we can get rid of that. But if you look, you know, RSI's low, right? We got the price coming down. We got the RSI flattening out. Momentum wave is getting ready to clip. You know, we got price action right here. Money flow is starting to turn just a little bit. We got the VWAP coming up. We got the momentum wave getting ready to clip. You know, we bounced off of this 92,544, this support line right here for Bitcoin. And it's just, I mean, we might be getting ready for a move. Now, the overall time frames, you got to remember, we're still in that, what we were talking about last night. We're still in that bearish div with the higher price action and the lower RSI and the lower momentum. But the daily is starting to look good. And when we come down here and we look at SWI, and we look at the same thing with SWI. So you can see we're flat right here, right? And we're kind of going down and rounding up. We got the momentum, same thing. Money flow starting to curve up just a touch. VWAP's coming up a little flat, and we're getting ready to clip on the momentum wave. And if we take that down further, it's even more exaggerated. You know, we see boom, boom, boom. We're starting to roll. You know, we're fighting with the 4 hour 200. As long as we can stay above this 200 right here. Let me change those candles. As long as we can stay above this 200, we just lost it. If we can get back above it and stay above this 200, I think there's a real good chance that we continue. Probably not this week, maybe going into the end of this week, maybe the beginning of next week when we have a full week of uninterrupted, no holidays. And Cardano's actually looking like one of the strongest, because when we bring this up, you can see this is on the 4 hour. You can see the RSI is going up while price action is pretty flat. You know, it goes up a little bit, but if you go from here to here, it's flat and you're still going up down here. Your momentum wave is going up when you have a higher or a lower low right here. And we look at the daily and see how pronounced the daily is. Price action definitely going down with the momentum flat or to the upside. And then the same with the RSI right here. See how we're kind of flat, kind of to the upside. And you got price action coming down. Textbook bullish divergent. It's not very strong, but it is a bullish divergent. So definitely liking that. That's why I'm long on SWI and ADA right now. Low leverage, so I'm not worried about getting liquidated. And just let this play out. You know, we might get some big stuff tomorrow. You never know. Being the first of the year. It is a banking holiday, but who knows?
Absolutely. I'm 100% there with you. I have a ton of articles, and so I'm excited. I'm going to try to get through these quick because I don't want to get deep into the guts of these articles, but some of them, yes. If you hear my dog, let me know and I'll go kill him. That means he's still alive. Phantom FTM price possible big turnaround to the moon and more money. I believe you. However, I want to say that trading with FTM is a sore subject for me right now, and probably will be until the next cycle.
Well,
Yes.
that's due to something else, but I like FTM. I like FTM.
All right. So I'll let you do that first, and then I'll go into this. Okay.
So FTM on the daily. We've come down here and we're just above the 200. So that's kind of concerning because that means we've probably lost the 4 hour. Yeah. We blew through the 4 hour. We probably lost the 8 hour. Yeah, we've lost the 8 hour. So now we're heading to the daily. The daily has to hold for this to turn around. But if we go down here to it does look pretty much the same as the rest. We got money flow starting to curve back to the upside. We got VWAP coming to the upside. And this momentum wave looks like it's getting ready to clip maybe in the next couple days, maybe by Friday. RSI is definitely into the oversold territory. It's kind of right in that line right there. It hasn't been this oversold since August. And you can see when we got down here on the RSI in August, and we just pumped all the way up. So I do like Phantom. 67 cent. Wow, I didn't realize it had dropped that far. Its local high is $1.47. Wow, that is a massive retracement. I didn't think it had dumped that bad. It's dumped 54% since, why does that say Friday the 3rd? What? It doesn't make sense. Oh, because that's where that is. Okay, that okay. So in 15 days, it dumped 54%. That is a massive correction. If we go from the local low right here, pull our fib, it's under the 786. So it could be a good accumulation. I mean, it's not going to die. Phantom's not going to die. It's going to recover. So if you're looking to accumulate for sure, this is the time probably to accumulate some Phantom.
All right. So the first one, it's a bullish, is crypto VC funding to exceed 18 billion in 2025, experts say. Ooh. So this means that VCs are coming back to crypto as they do, right? But with Donald Trump's pro-crypto presidency around the corner, crypto venture capital looks to surge in the year ahead. In 2024, VC funding increased 28% to hit 13.7 billion. And they're saying that it's going to exceed 18 billion in 2025. We're not going to go into this whole article, but it says in 2021, venture capital in crypto grew to exceed 33 billion. So we're still pretty low. We have some time to get up there, and that's pretty bullish. So,
well, we'll take some of that VC capital if anybody's out there listening.
That's what I was going to say. If any VCs want to invest in us, we got it. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out. Whatever you need, we can do some cool things with that capital. All right. So let's see. This I just thought was funny. It caught my attention. It said Martin Shkreli. I forget that this is in Spanish. But so he predicted liquidate. Yeah, sorry guys. I speak Spanish and sometimes I forget that I speak Spanish. Let's see if I can actually translate this. Just so
Martin Shkreli predicts liquidation of MicroStrategy's Bitcoin at 250 lira.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. 250,000. Right. No, okay. So he predicts MicroStrategy liquidation and Bitcoin hitting 250,000. So MicroStrategy liquidation didn't happen.
Right.
Right. And so 250,000 might not happen. Right. So that was the point of the article. I thought it was funny because, he's talking about 250,000, but he also said MicroStrategy is going to get liquidated. And of course they did. Right. Of course. How are they going to get liquidated? They have too much capital, too many big money people that are excited about what they have going on. So,
well, and the way they're raising funds is everything is a convertible note. So like the way Michael Saylor said, Bitcoin could go to $1 and they still wouldn't be liquidated because the convertible notes, they convert it to MicroStrategy stock.
Yeah.
So.
And I love that. I just think it's funny. And then this, let's see if I actually I'm going to do it in this order. So it's fine. But so Swiss Chancellery.
You said it right. You said it right the first time.
Chancellery.
Now I can't say it. Chancellery
approves proposal to include Bitcoin in national reserves. And we've seen this. This is a move that we've seen that has become a lot more popular. And I think it's exciting. This tells the direction of where we're going. Swiss, right? It's a country. Switzerland. This is big. Bitcoin national reserves is something that I think is going to be adopted by a lot more countries. And El Salvador is the perfect case study, right? Before all of the countries were saying, hey, you don't want to do this. Look at El Salvador. They're all screwed up now. All right. They've been saying that for so long. So when Nayib Bukele posted their P&L on their Bitcoin investment, everybody had to be quiet from that point forward. And I think that's so bullish. Right? That's bullish. Now it's an amazing case study. If Bitcoin is up 120% and El Salvador is up like 140%, right? That's bullish. That's bullish. Doesn't matter which way you cut it. All the other countries are going to look at them and be like, oh, shit, this is what we should do. Right. We talked about this. Terraform Labs founder Do Kwon handed over to the U.S. authorities days after Montenegro approved extradition. So he was trying to get out. He was trying to get out, but it turns out that they weren't going to let him go, right? So, yes. And then let's see. This was... Geez. Okay. Another Spanish article. Why don't you read this one for us, Desert?
Más países estudian una reserva nacional de Bitcoin mientras se calienta el debate global. So,
dude.
Did I say it all wrong?
No, you said it very well. But what they're saying here is that more countries are looking at a Bitcoin global reserve.
Right.
And the debate goes on.
Why is calienta in there? Hot?
So it says Bitcoin. Okay, so more countries are studying Bitcoin reserves as the Bitcoin debate globally.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And so that was it. But I thought that was a great article. And then look. Syria proposes to legalize Bitcoin for economic recovery. During the bear market, we were all talking about, oh my gosh, like this could be the cycle when global adoption happens. And we're looking at it. So this is what I want you to take.
This one's kind of novel right here, though, because Assad just fled the country and everything like that. I don't know if he went to Russia. I don't know all about it, but so they're in a governmental restructuring of the entire country, and they want to bring in Bitcoin into the foundation of their governmental restructuring or whatever the hell they're doing over there. So
that's wild, but I love it. Right? Power to the people. If you saw the clip about Pharaonic Egypt with Bitcoin OS, which I highly recommend you check it out, or just follow at Crypto Nightly on Twitter, right? And you'll see the clip. And so that was awesome. He talks about how Bitcoin gives the power back to the people, and like here we are. I think that this is great. This was something I thought was amazing, but Coinbase is looking to integrate USDC into X. Collaboration with Elon Musk? ? Obviously, right? Because that's essentially what they're talking.
Just in.
Yes.
X payment system, X money to launch in 2025 per CEO Linda Yaccarino.
Sheesh. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And my brother-in-law is calling me because he wants me to go to church. And
on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I can't go because I left my flame retardant suit in my bag that got lost on the way back. So
you got to be you have to be an extremely pious person to go to church on Christmas Eve.
Well,
I mean on New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve.
No. They go all the time, every day, all the time. Which nothing against people that do that. That's great. But like me, and I'll tell you, look, I'm going to be honest with everybody here right now. We're not going to get into the conversation, but I don't need anybody to tell me how I'm supposed to believe what I believe. And that's my feeling. Right? Nothing against anybody that likes somebody to tell them how to do what they believe. It's just not me. Right? And let's see. But we might go. We'll go to the after things. We're just not going right now at this moment that it started right now. Sorry. But so this is bullish. Spot Bitcoin ETFs overtake Satoshi holdings as weekly inflows surpass 2 billion. So Bitcoin ETFs have overtaken the Genesis wallet, right? This is the thing. And this is a monumental occasion that everybody needs to understand, because since the inception of crypto, the biggest FUD thing has been, well, if some of the Bitcoin in Satoshi's wallet moves, like all of you are screwed, right? I don't think that's going to happen, one, but also two, if every other aspect of Bitcoin market grows bigger and then dwarfs the size of the Satoshi wallet, then if that does move, the market will continue unscathed, right? And so that's exciting.
I believe both of those narratives. I believe what you're saying, yes.
If it gets big enough.
But I also believe the psychological impact that it'll have if anything is moved out of the Genesis wallet. So it'll be it'll move, people will freak the F out, price will dump, but in the long term, we will recover and continue our way to the upside. But bro, imagine the conspiracy theories if one Satoshi gets moved out of that wallet.
The Satoshi gets moved, and lo and behold, the US ends up being the country that holds all of the Genesis Bitcoin.
Right.
Who would have thought? All of the Alex Joneses of the world were correct. Right? No, but all jokes aside, let's see.
It could be true here soon about the US owning the most Bitcoin. Just in, Franklin Templeton says we expect to see a strategic Bitcoin reserve added by several nations.
Sheesh.
So.
All right. So, I mean, there are just so many. I have so many articles, and I have to absolutely have a hard out in 14 minutes. We're going to hit this one first. So, the Italic Buterin donates $170K to Tornado Cash Developers Legal Fund. Bullish.
Good.
I love that.
Good.
I do not believe that somebody that creates code should be held responsible for the illicit use of that code, right? If I write an amazing essay and then somebody copies my essay, and that's plagiarism to get an incredible job somewhere, I think that that's
Right.
wrong, right?
Well,
I
think
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 that
of it like
they
this.
plagiarized my work and they used it for something that was not what it was meant to be used for, right?
Well, think of it like this. VPNs.
Yep.
VPNs are completely legal. There's hundreds and hundreds of options for a VPN, right? Well, what if somebody commits a crime while using a VPN? It's
Yeah.
not the person that created the VPN's fault that they
Yep.
used it for malicious activities. Just like Tornado Cash, it's not the founder's fault if somebody's doing money laundering through Tornado Cash.
Yes. I think that this is the same argument that can be made with guns and cars, right?
Yeah.
If I make you a car and you take that car and you run into a person and kill them with it,
Right.
it's not my fault.
Right.
You're driving the car and you've decided to drive the car in such a way that this outcome that is negative comes out of it. Right. And,
Right.
you know, I would say there's a slight difference with the guns because I think that, you know, there has to be some kind of responsibility. Like
To
if
the gun manufacturer?
I would say a single individual shouldn't be able to mow down, I'll say 100 people, right? So like I would say like 10, 15 people, it's like okay. But like I'm saying, if it's something like crazy, there should be something that should make it where only that person that buys the gun. And I'm saying this because on the tech side, there's some technology where it's like that the gun owner specifically is the only one that can use it. And I think that those kinds of things should be like forced to be implemented. And but that's like a whole another kind of argument. But I'm just saying,
Yeah, we don't want to get into that argument.
we don't want to get into
I
that one.
vehemently disagree with your thing on that.
With my analysis there, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But if I make you a car and you use the car to kill a person, I don't think that you should be able to blame me because you can't drive or
Right.
because you can drive and you just didn't like your ex, right?
Right.
I think either of those things are not okay. So, I mean, I guess I understand what you're trying to say. Same thing could be said with guns.
Right.
If it's a tool, if it's used incorrectly, I mean, look, spoons. If I sell you a spoon and you take a spoon and you kill somebody with it, I'm not responsible because I made the spoon or because I sold it to you.
Right.
Right. You killed somebody with a spoon. So I'll say the same thing about code. Let's see. So then I had a couple other bangers. This one is just brief. Ethereum staking rate will exceed 50%. And then so it's saying the Trump administration is likely to offer greater regulatory clarity and guidance for the crypto industry in the US. Among other outcomes, it's likely that a spot-based ETPS will be allowed to stake some percentage of the ETH. And this has been a big conversation. They basically want to make an ETF that you can get staking rewards on, which is massive, right? And I think
that what they're saying, or
yes.
are they saying that, say, like BlackRock has their Ethereum staked, so they can get rewards while they're selling the stock of Ethereum?
So it could be
ETF.
a mixture to both, but I have seen both things. I've seen that they want institutions to be able to legally stake their Ethereum and then like pay a yield for that staked Ethereum. Because you know, like the way that the institutions work is that they make the fees. So they just want to be able to, if the Ethereum like staking rewards are 5%, maybe they'll give you 2%, right? But that's
right. Kind of like staking with your Ethereum on Coinbase or whatever,
Exactly.
Obviously, you're not going to get the on-chain amount. So,
yeah. So
Happy New Year to you, also, Blocky. Happy New Year.
And then let's see. This was the other article I really liked, and I think this will be the last one. I have a few more, but I'll save them for tomorrow. But so 10 crypto projects that delivered in 2024.
Is JPEG Empire on there?
It's not on there because every single one of these is EVM based.
That's stupid.
But
we delivered.
No, it is stupid.
We delivered everything we promised in 2024.
You're right. You're right. We did. And everybody out there should know that. And make sure to join the Discord and hang out with us in the Discord. We're going to have a lot more activities and things going on. If you like poker, we will have free poker games a couple of times a week. And then we'll have like a pay to play poker game, and we'll have some cool prizes and things within our community. Personally, I like to play for the glory. If I win something or don't win something, it's cool. So it's like, I just like the fact that, maybe there are 10, 15 people in this game and I came out number one. You know what I mean? And my name is up there in the top 3. That's what I go for. It's not about money, financial incentive, but like maybe we'll have a couple of those every so often sprinkled in there for members of our community, which we're excited
Well, we
about.
did just pay out. I just paid out 500 ADA and a boss.
$500 and yeah. Well, that's almost $600 right there.
Yeah, and a boss to the football, to our fantasy football league. As a matter of fact, shout out to Monte Cristo, who took first place. Jeff Dukes, he didn't get first, but he got second.
Jeez.
And then Yoda bringing up third place. So
I like taking
shout out
John
to those guys.
Look,
it was a blast.
Fozzie has killed me a few times. He wasn't the last one that really like bent me over the table. I'll tell you, the last one that bent me over a table, I had a full house, right? 3 kings, right? And like 2 queens or whatever, right? But the other person had 4 of a kind, right? So all my chips are on the table. My full house lost to the 4 of a kind. Pissed. I'll tell you what. Pissed. Crazy.
That's funny.
But shout out to Fozzie. Big love to Fozzie. He's always in there and he's killing it. And he does take my chips a lot, right?
Definitely jump in the Discord, Blocky.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We got all kinds of stuff going on. And any ideas you have, man, like we're always open to like doing stuff with everybody. So we love it.
We're starting to get a little more organized. It's kind of tough. I mean, it's just me and John.
Yes.
We have G Blades. He takes care of all the tickets and the raffles and stuff like that. But it's just John and I, and we're doing everything. We both have real world jobs, and we both have, all these freaking things, responsibilities we got to do outside of the project. And we still get stuff done.
Yes. Yes, we do. And
now we will have a big announcement. Maybe we'll announce it tomorrow night.
Let's do it tomorrow night because it'll be January,
Yeah. The proposal should be finished by then. I think it ends at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, my time. So as soon as that proposal's finished, then we can do a big announcement.
Yep, I get it.
Yeah.
I run mine with all us mods. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and Blocky's like a mod everywhere I go on YouTube.
Nah, he 100% is like a professional mod everywhere.
Right?
He is like everywhere. But I'm gonna go through these really
Fozzie.
Quick, and then I have to peace out. I have a staff meeting. Woo! For my job. But anyways, Avalanche 9000 Etna protocol upgrade, the Avalanche Network 9000 upgrade, also known as Etna, touted to be the biggest upgrade in the protocol's history, launched on Avalanche mainnet on December 16th, following a testing phase on the Fuji testnet.
Hold on.
Yep.
So I know we're going to be having Aaron on. Is he still in the Philippines? He's probably back by now.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I'm sure that he knows, but I haven't checked in with him. He has it probably on his schedule, but I haven't checked in with him to make sure that is the truth. But we'll probably be having Aaron tomorrow, and we're going to start having Aaron on Wednesdays. If he's not in the Philippines, then I think he's in a different part of Asia. Either way.
Well, the thing is, with his opinions on Avalanche, I'd like to get his opinion on this upgrade.
On rather it's like a big deal or not. I mean, yeah, I agree.
Right. Because we know his opinion on Avalanche. He's like, meh, so like to see if this is really.
He was like, it is limited. He says that it can't scale beyond a certain amount. So that's like the technological problem is it cannot scale, which is interesting because that was the whole point of the 3 different networks is you have like the X chain, C chain, and the P chain. And so like that
and was the whole way they talked about it last cycle, like with the different highways and it creates a byway going this way and that way. So it's interesting. Yeah.
And I've always said that I hate it because I hate that that I have to send my AVAX on different networks depending on what I'm trying to do. Right? If I'm trying to interact with a DEX, I have to send it through a certain chain. If I'm trying to interact with it for staking, it has to be on a certain chain. If I have to like do something else from myself to myself, I have to like trade it from myself to myself to be able to do things. And if you mess up on that, it's lost forever. Right? So it's like, I don't like that.
The only thing I use AVAX for is to send USDC to Coinbase from some of my other accounts. And the only reason is because I have it saved in my address book. So it just automatically uses, you know what I mean? Avalanche C chain.
So then this one we like. Sui implements the Mysticeti consensus engine. The Sui protocol, a high throughput blockchain, implements the consensus engine in August. According to the spokesperson of Miston Labs, the developer behind Sui, the updated slashed consensus latency to 390 milliseconds and minimized cross-validator communication to enhance efficiency. Sui's ability to process a high number of transactions per second and its monolithic architecture helped it and other monolithic chains to gain ground on incumbent smart contract platforms. It says platform Ethereum in 2024. Yes, we know that Sui is better than, a lot of chains are better than Ethereum. Okay. You can say Ethereum is the granddaddy, but how much do fees cost? Does it cost me $40 to $60 to $150 to send $100 on Sui? No. Right. Does it cost me that much to send things on AVAX? And I'm not the biggest fan of AVAX. I have really enjoyed the Trader Joe experience. I like Trader Joe, right? But I don't use that many things on AVAX. I'll just put it that way. But Sonic Foundation launches Sonic Mainnet. This is big. The Phantom Foundation, the organization behind the Phantom Network, announced that the Sonic Foundation would oversee development of its Sonic Chain. So Sonic Chain is an EVM-compatible Layer 1 blockchain that features sub-second finality times, so less than a second, a throughput of 10,000 TPS, and the introduction of the Sonic Gateway, a bridge between Sonic and Ethereum. The Sonic mainnet went live on December 18th, and Phantom's token stakeholders can switch to the new network via a 1-to-1 upgrade from Phantom to the S token. And I remember that this happened. There was an upgrade, basically a rebrand where FTM is moving to Sonic, which is cool. That's great. I think that's great. The fact that it's the same token, just changing its name, that's fine. But in my mind, I was like, oh, the Phantom Foundation. They made a bunch of money making a Layer 1, so they're going to make another Layer 1, right? But no, it's the same Layer 1.
But it's like a V2 contract upgrade, though.
Yes.
So it's not the same token, but it is swapped out 1-to-1.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same group behind it. They have the same thing. It's the same tech. It's not like fetch to ASI, right? It's literally like what, like it was super to superverse or whatever it was before.
Oh, super farm to superverse.
Yeah, super farm to superverse. So like it's more like that than the other, in my opinion. And then Hyperliquid, we talked about Hyperliquid. Their launch, they had what did you say that their number, like 26, 27 from their launch? And yeah.
Bro, Hyperliquid has like a $8 billion market cap now.
Crazy. Wild.
Absolutely 8 billion. Wild.
But we're not going to talk about that too much. The big thing is that they launched a token. They have a DEX. It was very popular. It's done very well. It's high up there on the market cap.
Number 27.
Right now. I need to go. It is overtime. All right, real quick. So then Ethereum Duncan upgrade goes live. This was big. Reducing fees on Ethereum layer 2 networks by up to 99%. Bullish, right? Everybody hates paying fees on Ethereum. And then Cardano's Chang Heart fork. That's awesome that they actually mentioned this, because a lot of places they've not mentioned this. And I do think that it's a massive thing. Near Protocol implements the stateless validation through Nightshade 2.0. This is bullish. We haven't heard that much about Near in a while. It's something that I was very excited about, and I think a lot of developers were very excited about, and maybe it still is. And then Movement Mainnet launch on December 9th. The Movement Network Foundation launched the Movement Mainnet, an Ethereum scaling solution that uses the Move virtual machine to settle transactions to the Ethereum network and the Move token. And I think this is bullish also. We've talked that Sui is a Move language, so is Psi. And we like both of those. So Chainlink
is that the same thing though?
What do you mean?
Movement? Is Movement part of?
No, but I believe the Movement Network, their stuff is in the Move language as well.
Oh, Move virtual machine. Okay, gotcha.
Is also
gotcha.
Yeah. And then Chainlink debuts cross-chain interoperability protocol, and we've talked about this, the CCIP. This is bullish. This lets it do all kinds of things with Ethereum layer 2s, gaming, blockchain network, Ronin, also the stock market. So this is a wide range of utility that Chainlink is now providing. So with that, I have to dip.
Okay. So Movement is an ERC20 token.
Yes.
It is an Ethereum token. That's the only address I got right here for it. But okay. Well, if you got to go, you got to go. It's New Year's Eve. We'll wrap this up. Y'all have a great New Year's Eve. We will see you tomorrow. Just because it's New Year's Day, we're still going to stream. We will be here live at 6 p.m. PST, like we are Monday through Friday. Have a great New Year's Eve, I guess.
Peace.